Edmonton, Sheldon Russell Bentley cast his eyes to the floor while his mother wept from the gallery as Justice Paul Belzel found the former security guard guilty of manslaughter and robbery Thursday for stomping a man to death in 2016. Donald Doucette, 51, had been passed out in an alcove behind the Lucky 97 supermarket at 10,725 97th Street on July 31, 2016, when Bentley, then employed as a security guard by the store, stole $20 from his hand and stomped hard on Doucette's stomach. Edmonton Law Courts, Kevin Tuong, for Star Metro Edmonton. Donald Doucette, 51, seen here in this undated photo atop Sulphur Mountain near Banff, Alta, died on July 31, 2016, after security guard Sheldon Russell Bentley, 37, stomped on him after stealing $20 from his hand as he lay passed out in an alcove behind Lucky 97 supermarket in Edmonton, Alta, supplied. Donald Doucette, 51, seen here in this undated photo, died on July 31, 2016, after security guard Sheldon Russell Bentley, 37, stomped on him after stealing $20 from his hand as he lay passed out in an alcove behind Lucky 97 supermarket in Edmonton, Alta, supplied. Tiana Doucette-Moody, 24, shared fond memories of her father Donald Doucette, 51, outside of Edmonton court on June 7, 2018, during the trial of Sheldon Russell Bentley, 37. Bentley was found guilty of manslaughter and robbery after he stole $20 from Doucette-Moody's hand and stomped on his stomach as he lay passed out behind Lucky 97 supermarket on July 31, 2016, supplied. The hard sole of his heavy combat boot made an audible thump, Crown Prosecutor Kristen Logan told court during her closing arguments in Bentley's trial Wednesday, causing 2 large tears in the internal soft tissue of his abdomen and massive internal bleeding. Chief Medical Examiner of Alberta Elizabeth Brooks Lim testified Doucette, 37, would have been in a significant amount of pain when Bentley and another security guard lifted him to his feet and rested him against a chain-link fence on the opposite side of the alley as 2 liters of blood pooled in his abdomen. The average human body, court heard, contains less than 5 liters of blood. Article continued below. Doucette, Brooks Lim said, would have died within minutes, and was likely already dead when 2 passers-by found him unresponsive against the fence. Doucette's daughter, Tiana Doucette-Moody, 24, said she was elated with the verdict. I'm glad there is a guilty conviction. Doucette-Moody said, I am glad justice is being served. Doucette-Moody said her father had been living with her for 2 years, going to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings twice a week before moving downtown to be closer to treatment for his addiction to alcohol, an addiction she said he battled daily. He had just entered an addictions program that week, she said. Justice Belzel said Doucette was in a completely vulnerable position, lying passed out in the alcove, a corner Bentley admitted he knew was a blind spot for the store's security cameras. Doucette-Moody described her father as a loving man. Article continued below. He was a very outgoing individual, always joking around. He was very upbeat, very religious, she said, adding in the year before his death he had started going to church every Sunday with his mother. For much of his life, Doucette was a chef working mainly in oil field camps, Doucette-Moody said. Even after he lost his job when he developed severe epilepsy at the age of 45, cooking and baking continued to be his passions. His true passion was baking. Bread was the #1 thing he enjoyed making all the time, she said, adding at his memorial service his family gave out copies of his bread recipe to everyone who came. It's just a little way of everybody remembering him, Doucette-Moody said. After his death, Doucette-Moody said members of his family trekked to the top of Sulphur Mountain near Banff, Alta, to spread his ashes on what had been one of his favorite places. It took us 3 hours to hike up to the top of Sulphur Mountain, and probably through 10 or 20 switchbacks. This robin followed us the entire way, said Doucette-Moody. Some people believe that robins are messengers of the spirits. They're trying to tell you that your loved one's there with you. Learning of her father's death was heartbreaking. I feel very angry. I don't think there's much else I can feel, Doucette-Moody said. I think some people in these cases can forgive, in a sense, but I am just not at that point yet. Doucette-Moody said the conviction brought her closer to finding a sense of peace, knowing that somebody is paying for the crime and the assault that happened with my dad. It brings me peace knowing he's not going to do it again and that justice has been served, she said. After hugging her son following his conviction, Bentley's mother Patricia Nelson made a tearful apology to Doucette-Moody. I just wish that this teaches Sheldon, she said. Nelson said her son had worked in security for more than 12 years and that she still doesn't understand why he would hurt Doucette. In his findings of fact, Justice Belzel said Bentley was angry with his lot in life and took out his frustration on Doucette. He was an authority, and he was to be trusted. Something went wrong that day. I'm hoping he can get this anger or whatever it is out of him, and I wish the Doucette's the best. That's a young daughter to lose her father, she said. I am very sorry for what happened. No matter what, I am a mother and I love my son, and justice was done today, Nelson added. While defense lawyer Amanda Hart-Dohan tried to argue that Bentley should remain out on bail until his sentencing hearing on August 4, Justice Belzel revoked Bentley's bail, saying, "This is an extremely grave situation where Donald Doucette's life was taken." Logan indicated that she would likely seek a sentence of around 7 years behind bars. Hart-Dohan said Bentley had already served 16 months in pretrial custody, meaning he already has more than 2 years credit toward his sentence for time served. Claire Theobald is an Edmonton-based reporter who covers crime in the courts. Follow her on Twitter, @ClaireTheobald.